Hello, good evening, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps keep the video in the algorithm. So make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those great things, okay? You guys, I want to talk about POOHSHIESTY, y'all. The feds are getting ready to try to take Pooh to the slaughterhouse. Definitely gonna take him to the slaughterhouse. Hey, Pooh could get out of this. I want to say I hope that he does. I really, feel like Pooh made a stupid mistake. Pooh had his own daddy there with him, and he didn't have. I just you have to think about, and I'm not making excuses for him. POOHSHIESTY is institutionalized, which is not an excuse. Okay, Pooh is an adult; he knew better. But I think it's a darn shame that when you have somebody that have had got their father there next to them, okay, and he promotes that. It's really crazy. It's really crazy on so many levels. Okay, so the government just released pictures, okay, and of the robbery. They produced some pictures. So if they got pictures, that means they got video. They released screenshots. So there was cameras in the place. So I mean, there's videos. So I don't know how any of them, if you ask me, are going to get out of this. Some may get less time than others based on how skilled their lawyers are, how good that they can negotiate. If they get off, it's because they've gave up some people. Okay, they've told on some folks, rather it's friends of foe. Okay, always remember that, friends of foe. And I'm gonna tell you what people are doing now. They so stupid. They doing so much crazy stuff, but they don't want to necessarily go to jail. They telling on their foes. Okay, they giving up their foes. So I think that's what happened. The thing that happened to Stupid Duke and them, they giving up their foes. They feel like it's not necessarily snitching, and if they get desperate enough, they'll give up a friend too. Okay, but let's talk about this, right? They get ready to try to take him out to the slaughterhouse, y'all. And I hate this for Pooh. God up in heavens knows that I do. I hate to see these young men. Pooh is about the same age as my kids. And that's why I'm so mad. I just can't imagine, like, he was, when you institutionalized and hey, you got the people, the wrong type of people around you. Sometimes they could be parents too. This is the type of stuff that happens, okay? Because they've released pictures, screenshots. That means that they got videos, okay? But anyways, it says prosecutors have shared photos of Gucci Mane being held at gunpoint while POOHSHIESTY stands next to him on Wednesday, June 24th. That was yesterday. The government filed its response to POOHSHIESTY's latest motion to be freed on pretrial release. In it, they argue that Pooh is a dangerous gang leader. In addition, they share screenshots from a video taken from the studio on the day that Gucci Mane was allegedly robbed. Okay. On one photo shows POOHSHIESTY's father carrying the contract that Gucci Mane was allegedly forced to sign. Another photo shows a man standing near Gucci Mane, identified in the photos with initials RD. Anytime, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Somebody tell him. Anytime you got co-defendants and the feds will only release their initials, you better get scared. You better get scared. That's all I'm gonna say. You better get scared. Holding an assault rifle. They say he was there holding an assault rifle. RD. Now they released POOHSHIESTY name, his daddy name, Big 30 name, but RD, they don't want to release his name now. They better get scared. Okay. In a third picture, POOHSHIESTY stands next to Guwap. This was recorded by Big 30 on his cell phone. Prosecutors say, okay, that's crazy. And another, so Big 30 was recording it on his cell phone so that he could give it back to Head and Gotti. Okay, I see what was going on there. In another section of the response, an alleged victim in the case wrote a statement pleading with the judge to keep Pooh locked up, saying he is deeply concerned about what Pooh might try to do to him if he is released. POOHSHIESTY, his father, Big 30, and 6 other men are set to stand trial next February for alleged robbery. So it's been pushed to next February in 2027. Investigators say Pooh lured Gucci Mane to a Dallas recording studio in January, where Pooh attempted to get out of his recording contract with Gucci by forcing him to sign a form at gunpoint. Afterward, Pooh and his co-defendants allegedly robbed Gucci and the people he came with. Okay. Pooh and his crew were arrested in April and are currently awaiting trial. Pooh's father and Big 30 have been released on bond while Pooh remains in custody. They face up to life in prison if found guilty. Lord have mercy. Okay. Now let me show you all the pictures that the government has released. Okay. Is this it or is this it right here? Shout out to Talafaro. These are the pictures right here, y'all. So RD. That's RD with the gun. Y'all, they don't want to give RD's name, although they're showing his face. They don't want to give RD's whole name. They've given everybody else his whole name, but they don't want to give RD's name. Isn't that weird? Okay. If I was them, I'd be scared. There's 6 other ones that ain't got no money, ain't hell. They the most dangerous ones. Those are the ones they need to be worried about. They need to be trying to get Gotti to get them some money too. Okay, but I mean, I really don't think Gotti really cares. He might pump fake because, of course, Glorilla and his album came out today. That's something. It comes out today. The government put this out yesterday. He got some traction on yesterday, and so I think Gotti and them are wanting to capitalize off of that this media attention. So Gotti helped to lead this boy to the slaughterhouse because he knew that Gucci Mane was not going to release his biggest artist, probably his only artist, to come and sign with him. Gotti knows the business of it. So what he did was he knew that POOHSHIESTY was really hot. So he already knew that he was going to outsell Moneybagg. Is probably 40 years old now or pushing it. He ain't got another artist on there to include Glorilla that could beat him. That's the reason why he got Glorilla to join him. And just like he wanted Dolph out the way, Gucci got the biggest artist, one of the biggest artists at this point in Memphis, because Key Glock and them are big too. They belong to Dolph label. Okay, when he took Dolph out, same way he tried to get them to gas them up and manipulate them to go take out Gucci. Okay. And so I think if he could have got them to take out Gucci and got, I guess he thought Gucci and them were going to feel a certain way and not want to tell, and he would be able to laugh in Gucci's face. Gucci done sign the paperwork and all of that. Then he put this out, he get all the money because he was going to do POOHSHIESTY the exact same way that he been done now. Just, you know what I'm talking about? Give him a little lump sum and do him dirty. Same way he doing the rest of them, okay? And it didn't work out that way. Okay, so he done sat and thought this thing out. Okay, if they don't take him out, then POOHSHIESTY, he tell on him, Gucci lose his street credibility. People talk bad about him, and then POOHSHIESTY is in jail. Either way it go, Moneybagg and Glorilla ain't got no more competition because that's competition against his label. This dude is very diabolical and he's sick. Okay. And for some reason, because people are so enamored with illusions, okay, because it's just an illusion. God ain't got no damn $100 million. Hell, if he say he got $100 million deal from Interscope, then he got to pay them that $100 million back. He had to put that into his label and giving his artists a piece of the crumb and luring them in with lump sums. And getting all of their, getting in return, they signed over all their rights and all of that. He wanted that RDO. Okay, if he could get POOHSHIESTY over there, he gonna make him sign all of his rights over to him and own his songs and everything. Okay, then not Gucci Mane wouldn't get no parts off of this song that he putting out with Glorilla. God, it feel like I get it all. Okay, so he's a master manipulator, but because people are so poor in the mind, they are just enamored with illusions and false illusions and fake shit. Hell, this man is in debt, and $100 million ain't easy to pay back. He living off of the fat of the lamb by taking advantage of his damn artist. He's in debt in the scope. He probably, just like when you go and buy a car, you go buy a house, the bank owns it, and you don't get the title to that shit until you have paid them all back. That man ain't paid them folks back $100 million. He making payments. That means they own CMG. They still letting them be the face of it to make a fool out of the poor-minded people that don't know no better. Help me, somebody. While he trick off on Angela and she sit up on Club Shay Shay and brag about this man and gave her a $400,000 purse for her twat. Okay? While he take from his artists, help me, somebody, and destroy the community that he was raised up in and helped to birth him out. Okay? But hey, I want POOHSHIESTY and Glorilla to do good. You know, I ain't never said nothing. I don't say, listen, I am definitely pro-woman. I feel like women are too screwed up as it is. A lot of women are hurt, so they hate other women. Ain't nowhere in the hell I'm going to ever speak illy about Glorilla. I don't care who she's signed to. I want to see the sister do well. She is the same age as my kids. I think she's a year younger than my oldest daughter. So there's no way that I could be old enough to be a mother and speak illy about her. I want to see the sister win. I just know they ain't doing it right. Okay, everybody talk about those contracts. Okay, because I remember when he first signed Glorilla, people was talking about how he had raked her over the coals. He's getting her getting so much of her appearance money. Okay, remember that was something that went on with the appearance. Okay, and during that time when he first signed her, he was getting, in my the rumor was he was getting he gets the first 30 or 40,000 off top, and she gets whatever is left. That was in the beginning. Can y'all imagine what's going on now? Okay, I'm sure he put it in percentages so it can go up as she go up. That's just with the appearance money. Okay. And so they say, well, he told her, Glow, you just save everything. That's how you build your money. We know you ain't, this is what happened with all artists. You don't get that much, but you use the fame and just save every penny. Okay. God says, when I get him back, you're going to witness it. This man is a shark. Okay. And he think the folks ain't going to get him. They're going to get him. They're going to get head with him too. Because him and Head them did this. As it relates to Dolph, they did it. They wanted him out the way. Okay. The record labels, the big record label heads that was giving them that money and stuff, they didn't give a damn because Dolph was teaching these damn fools the game that wanted, the ones that wanted to learn. It don't benefit the record label to put some knowledge in the brains of the people that they have been sharking. They've been launching shark attacks on these black rap artists. Okay. So it don't benefit them for Dolph to help to pull them out of the ocean where they've been getting shark attacked by these record heads. So yes, they'll try to protect God for protecting their interests of constantly taking advantage of the black people. Help me, somebody. You motherfuckers will never shut me up. Excuse me, Lord. Y'all know we be on that praying line. I'm getting better. I've been asking God, you gonna have to deliver me from this cussing spirit, because I didn't cuss. Well, that was a time when my kids was growing up. I didn't cuss in front of them. I didn't have no cussing spirit because I didn't want them to hear me cuss. Okay, but I grew up in South Memphis. We knew how to cuss. Okay. But now the feds are trying to take him to the slaughterhouse, y'all. Don't y'all know I be at that federal building every day? I'm sure it's worse as you go deeper south, down there in Texas. I don't know why anybody would ever go to Texas to do anything. Okay? They bring us, they don't, at least in Tennessee, which is a southern state. Tennessee is the mid-south, though you're going towards the north. Texas is the deep south. At least Tennessee, they drag you out to the slaughterhouse, which means you might have a chance as they dragging you out and you fighting. You might have a chance of getting loose. In Texas, they bring the slaughterhouse in the courtroom, okay, to make sure when you leave out, you're dead. Okay, so they let God make an ass out of him real good. Okay, and 30 better be careful because Head don't give a damn about him. At the time, Moneybagg was their biggest artist over there. They was making the most money off of him. I feel like if we had not been saying we watching them, they'd have let Moneybagg took him out and got get somebody to take him out and got the insurance off of him, because 30 was mad after Newski was killed because he knew Moneybagg didn't give a damn. Okay. And don't get me started about the rumors that there were out there about it, okay? And it sounded like to me he feel like Moneybagg knew about it too, that it was going to happen, allegedly, okay? I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying I believe that 30 heard them rumors and he probably felt the same way, okay? He fed, you know, the rumors was Moneybagg, you know, because people wanted. Okay, it's just a lot of stuff out there. Okay, it's I don't even want, but 30 was mad for a reason because Moneybagg didn't care. Anytime you say y'all, I ain't tell y'all to get in my beef, y'all was riding my D. That's somebody that didn't care. Of course, he would feed him to the beast. He had did everything he wanted. He had sent him out and did everything he wanted them to do for him. He fed him to the wolves. Okay, so. And that's an evil person to say something like that too. So 30 was so hurt, he was so mad. Hey, 30 little gang of dudes, they were scared that he was gonna link up with some more folks, maybe like Young Mob, and get back at Bag. And I think if the vlogs had not been watching so closely, something would have happened to 30. Okay. So I think 30 needs to be careful too. Right. He's probably outselling Moneybagg at this point because his, you know, because of sensationalism of this trial. I hope they don't do him dirty, because if he get convicted, and which he is probably he's gonna more than likely do some time. They're gonna capitalize off of that too. Okay. Which means a lot of times people feel like if he in jail, we could capitalize more. Okay. So he need to watch that too. Right. But anyways, you guys, they trying to take him to the slaughterhouse. They're trying to bring the slaughterhouse in the court. That's how they do it in Texas, to make sure when you leave out that court, you dead. Okay, it's very unfortunate, but I really want to see POOHSHIESTY get out of this. But the victims are pressing forward, and they got video. You know, 30 ain't gonna get off. 30 gonna get some time. Hell, they done seize his phones, and they ain't even have to get his damn phone to get the information out of it. He got the video in his phone. 30 gonna do some time, okay? And he probably gonna do 10 to 15. He'll be lucky to do 10, okay? He'll be lucky to get 10. Okay. But Pooh, I really believe they're gonna try to get Pooh life. Especially when you got the victim saying, I'm in fear of my family. Okay, and that's all God wants. That's the reason why they over there in France doing a tour. We need to watch when he on them long vacations, because who is it that he, you know, ain't nobody lost their life, have they? Because, you know, when people used to, well, Quit went to jail. Okay. That's probably the best place for him right now. Because hey, I don't be wanting to see folks lose their lives, but I really believe if Quit had kept going, God in them was gonna send somebody to get him. It probably would have already sent somebody to get them. They just know the feds watching them. Okay. But they trying to take Pooh to the slaughterhouse. I would have did a live tonight, y'all, but I got to finish up some work. I got some history journals. This lady is twisted. Every journal, it ain't just one. She give us 5 at a time, and it makes me so mad. And you have to do at least 3 pages, and it's due tomorrow. Oh, I call myself did research on my instructors before I took them, and I told this lady right here was good. She don't give a lot of work, because they get ratings online. She don't give a lot of work, blah blah blah. Y'all, this lady, and then her herself has almost given me a damn nervous breakdown. You have to, even before you take a test she give, you got to do 2 essays. What kind of sense do that make? Okay. You have to turn in 2 essays before you can even take the test on one test. A bunch of shit. Anyways, you all, we're gonna be watching this close. Free POOHSHIESTY. Listen, from my heart to the feds' ears, free Pooh. Y'all don't go so hard on him, because Pooh was manipulated. Pooh is still basically a baby. Okay. He's institutionalized. He needs some counseling and all of that. I think his dad ought to get more time than him, because he's so damn stupid. I don't like no stupid man. I talks about them real bad. Okay. You ain't nowhere in the world that was supposed to happen on his daddy's watch. If anything, he should have said, Pooh, you stay here. I'll go. Okay. Ain't nowhere in the world that was supposed to happen. So free Pooh, get him some counseling and all of that. And we see why he has made the bad decisions. This right here is an example. If the judge could just give mercy on him based on how damn dumb, and stupid, and ignorant his daddy is. Okay. The judge ought to give him a little pass on that, but they're gonna bring the slaughterhouse in the Texas courtroom and take him out dead to try to give him life. And I just don't think it's right. It ain't got nothing to do with Gucci Mane them, because that's not their fault. Folks want to blame, they are the victims. Nobody told them to go do that. Okay, nobody told Pooh them to go. That's Pooh and them fault. We got to stop blaming the victims. I don't trust people that blame victims. Okay. As I've been seeing online, Gucci Mane trying to get POOHSHIESTY locked up. Now, POOHSHIESTY did that to himself. But at the same time, I think that Pooh I'm not saying that he shouldn't get some time for it. Okay. But at the same time, I don't want to see him get life. I don't want to see him get 25 years, because Pooh is still a young man. He wouldn't spend his whole life. He got a talent. I think if they keep him away from God, they're gonna have to put Gotti. They're gonna have to hurry up and go and get Gotti, because he messing up a lot of lives. Okay, he messing up too many people's lives trying to pay that $100 million debt back with interest that they have given him for Interscope. It was never designed for him to pay it back. It was always designed for him to constantly sign artists and get and sign over the rights to their hot songs that they have worked hard and put out. And he give them a little bit of money and license their stuff and own their names and shit like that. That's how he keep tricking off on people like Angela and keep his lifestyle going, which is an illusion, and pay them his masters back. Okay, so that he does not default on that loan that they have given him, and they allow him to still be the face of CMG, because he definitely don't own it. Okay, they own it until he get that debt paid back, and $100 million ain't never designed to be paid back. Okay, that's how they keep getting rich. The people in the background that you don't see. Okay, the real masters. Okay, because God is a puppet. Anyways, you guys, they put out the pictures. They basically letting you know that they got the video. 30, they got the video, some video from 30 phone. 30, that right there seals your fate right there, darling. I hate to say it, but we gonna pray that they give you you'll be lucky to get at least 10. But the ones where they showing their initials, they say she ain't in the street. I do this every day. That's a problem. That's a problem. They only putting out their initials. That's a problem. Okay. That's why I say they taking them to the slaughterhouse. They taking them to the slaughterhouse. I'm sure they're gonna know, um, the initials, the initial people, the ones whose initials, they gonna tell everything that happened up to that. I'm sure they already know. Okay, they already know. That's that. Therefore, they can do. They feel like when they get out in 20 years, people wouldn't have forgot about them. Okay, that's how they feel. Anyways, you guys, I want you all to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Make sure y'all go and listen to Glorilla and POOHSHIESTY song. It's pretty dope. Okay, it's pretty dope. Run them up. Hopefully, POOHSHIESTY can get some money to pay for his lawyer's fees. So y'all make sure y'all run them up. Them two Memphis they ain't legends yet. Two Memphis Giants. I'll say that. That hey, I'm proud of them. Unfortunately for Pooh, he just made some bad mistakes. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all go run them up. Anyways, you guys, I love you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Talk to you later.